Blanco. It's Blanco.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Mulligan's Island, where every shot has a story.
Hey.
I'm here with my boy,
Eves, a.k.a. the Hangry Golfer.
Yes, and this is one of the founders of SGA, Social Golf Association. These people put on some great events for the city. We talking about packing out range night at Langston, throwing together tour drives for the kids. So we got the bag open coming up in renditions, but let us know, what other things you guys have cooking up, if you can, what things we have to look forward to in this area.
Man, so a lot of things has been trying to elevate the things we've already been doing, not trying to reinvent the wheel, but trying to kind of perfect it. We've really maximized what we've been doing with range night. We've introduced a lot of people to the game. We've introduced a lot of people to their first swing and to the golf course.
Right.
And now that we've brought so many people just in introduction to the game, the next step is figuring out where to facilitate those people in their golf growth journey.
Okay.
And so stay tuned. We got some things coming up this year. Can't fully disclose them yet, but we have some really fun, cool, engaging events with all groups, all organizations, everybody here in the city and the country. So
that's exciting because y'all worldwide. You travel to the PGA show, y'all did the waste management, y'all are making moves. So talk about here for the vibes, but you also help people keep their handicaps. You also play some competitive tournaments. So if I'm new to the area and I'm trying to get in the golf group, what can I expect when I join SGA if I'm at any level?
Well, we pride ourselves on being social golfers. And for us, whether you are golf curious, golf beginner, golf professional, golf is a social game, so everybody's a social golfer. So we offer things for everyone in the game, but a lot of our events, especially our larger events, we try to make it welcoming for the newbie golfer, so you have something to do, but also organize it in a fashion that it's not off-putting for the experienced golfer. In the community. Case in point, the bag open.
Yeah.
We have a gross championship. We have a net championship.
Okay.
So there's something there to keep everybody in the game. But hey, even though it's a competition, it is still open bar. There's still food. There's still music.
Hey, if you can't beat them, come to Vibe. But okay, you broke it down to gross and net. Tell people what that means. Maybe someone doesn't know what gross and net means. What does that mean in terms of your winners?
Well, I'll tell you. I'm a net golfer, but we have some of my brothers who are gross golfers. You're aspiring professionals. Anyone who pretty much has a handicap of 5 or less, you're probably playing in these gross competitions. You might be playing in mid-ams. You might be trying to get on tour. You might have been a former professional golfer, former college golfer, but you still have that competitive itch. But then there's a lot of us who are new to the game who have been playing. We're more so in the high handicap category. You're bogey golfers and higher, and they're not going to be able to compete in these straight-up competitions. And that's where the handicap come in, and you need a little bit of help. But overall, we are really big on making sure everybody keeps a handicap.
Yeah.
Because the handicap is really how we organize the golf.
Okay.
And anybody I've ever met in the professional world or anywhere, when you tell them that you play golf, almost the next question that they ask you, I'm like, hey, Mitch, what's going on, man? You play golf, bro.
Yeah.
What's your handicap?
right.
The next question everybody asks you is, what's your handicap?
Yeah.
Because based on your handicap, people kind of put you into a category of what type of golf you may play. Whether that's true or not, it is some type of basis of your fingerprint, your identity of the game. Okay.
I have an unpopular opinion, but I'll ask yours first. Give me one of your unpopular opinions about the game of golf. Something that might be confrontational if you walk past someone in there and they're talking about it.
My biggest thing in the game of golf is dress codes, man.
Okay. Tell us about it.
Golf is already prohibitive enough, and for me personally, I feel like your style is an expression of who you are. So in order to make the game inclusive and accessible to everybody, I don't necessarily feel like you need a polo to be able to play a game of golf. I've seen some of the people in the best polos that look very shabby.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I could dress up a t-shirt really nice and go play on many courses. But places have their rules. I think the dress code is one of the biggest things that I frown upon in the game of golf. Especially nowadays, when you look at about a lot of the vintage clothes that is coming back into style, the baggy clothes and whatnot, and a lot of courses today, especially in private country clubs, frown upon that attire.
Right.
But this is the very same attire the game of golf was built upon. So you start that question, are you frowning upon the attire, or are you frowning upon who's wearing it?
Mic drop. That was a good one. My unpopular opinion is that this is very confrontational. I think handicaps don't matter. And I say that because I'll play along, I'll play the games, I'll record my handicap to get ranked in my right flight. Of course, I want to play. If I sign up to a tournament, I want to play in the right competition. Like I don't want to play against someone who's a 5 handicap and I have no chance to beat them. I want to play with people like me who may lose one off the tee and they may miss putts, right? But the people who practice for 3 hours a day, like I don't want to be anywhere near them. But I also feel like if we're going out as bros and we got like a skins, net skins, like that's just show up and play. Like that's handicap matters, but if you don't get birdie or you're not really in the pot, you just kind of donate it to the rest. But so I feel like in terms of handicap, I'm more of a vibes golfer, as you know, Mulligan Mitch, Mulligan's Island.
Yep.
I'm taking Mullins. I started with the game of golf coming out to drink beer and being outdoors. That's what got me started in the golf. But that's my unpopular opinion. I know that ruffles feathers when I say it, but again, I do keep the handicap. I do play along, but that's my unpopular opinion.
I know you're asking the questions here, but I gotta ask you. Ask you.
Yeah.
Mulligan Mitch.
Yes, sir.
What is the maximum amount of mulligans somebody could take in an 18-hole round of golf?
Oh, that's a great question. So, in terms of the scenario, like who I'm with, right? Am I playing with my brother who never played golf? Unlimited mulligans. Are we playing for money? If we're not playing for money, honestly, take as many mulligans as you want, because between you and your scorecard, that's between you, your scorecard, and God. I got nothing to do with that, right? But if we're playing like a competitive round, like loser has to buy drinks, then one off the first tee, for real. And if you're really fair, is one for each 9. Like you get one for each 9. After that, you dropping balls after your third loss off the tee. It's kind of like, all right, let's move on. But I say 1 per 9, so I say 2 per round if we're playing like that. But if we're out there drinking beer, having a good time, doing marks, transfusions, let's just have fun. Hit a good shot occasionally.
We fighting.
Hey, we fighting.
and I say this because I'm not a professional golfer.
Right.
I definitely need a mulligan or two.
Mm-hmm.
2 reasons why. One reason why I didn't like, so I never take a mulligan on a par 3.
Okay, that's fair.
I never take a mulligan on a par 3
Yeah.
because I'd hate to hit a hole in 3.
It's been done.
I never take a mulligan
It's been done.
off a par 3.
Right.
But then the other thing about it is, I could get a hole. I could finish 18 holes I'm a 20 handicapper. I'll tell that out there.
Mm-hmm.
I can finish 18 holes of golf in less than 2.5 hours.
Right.
If there's nobody in front of me. So I love playing golf. I hate being on the golf course all day long. So watching somebody, I equivocate mulligans to stoppage time in soccer. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you think the round's over, but every mulligan, the clock keeps running.
Right.
So the pace of play keeps adding up.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with people taking mulligans, but sometimes I look at people, I'm like, bruh, you done sliced 13 drives. You're not about to unslice 14.
Shaving the 10 is not going to help you score. You're really cooked.
So I'm with it, but I do think there's a balance to the mulligans.
Yeah.
But I'm always here for the vibes.
All right, so let me backtrack. Let me ask you this. When did you start playing golf? And what got you into golf?
I started playing golf the first time during the pandemic.
Okay.
It's something that I always wanted to do.
Okay.
I was very big into playing flag football and other social sports.
Yep.
And I grew up in the sports. I grew up in South Florida.
Okay.
So it's a retirement neighborhood. Everybody there. There's car dealerships, but in my neighborhood, what you would find is a golf cart shop. So you could buy used new golf carts the same way you could buy new cars, because that's the type of community I grew up in.
Right.
Not an affluent neighborhood, but just a regular working class neighborhood, but a lot of retirees come down. Mm-hmm. And I used to always see the game. In college, I signed up for a golf class at Florida State. We have this great golf program. Mm-hmm. Shout out, Charlie Woods just joined it. Florida State's a golf school now.
Yeah.
So I seen the game in college. I wanted to play, but I didn't have time to make it out to the course.
Right.
So all my life, I've always had this itch to get into the game, and there wasn't a way for me to get into the game. All my friends who golf, they have country club memberships. Like, hey man, take me out sometime.
Right.
They're like, not happening.
We won't give out mulligans here.
So there's always been an itch for me to play the game and know how to play the game, because I see it all the time, but I never was able to get into the game. So purely just off of, it was something I wanted to do.
Okay. Go tell yourself something when you first started playing golf in 2020. What would it be? What advice would it be?
Man, the best thing, and it's the same advice that I give to people now, go play golf. I see too many people spending too much time going to clinic after clinic after clinic. And and clinics are just a very social activity. You get about 10, 15 people, 20 that are participating in a clinic, and it looks good, but it's nothing compared to the joy are struggles that you get from actually playing a round of golf. Go play the game.
For sure.
Get off the range. Anybody that I interact
Get off
with,
those mats.
go play the game. It is completely different. I've taken people from Top Golf to golf course, and it's like, man, I'm at Top Golf. And I hate it because you go to Top Golf, you rent out a bay, you with your homies, you buying $15, $20 margaritas, one pop at a time.
Right.
And by the time you're done, I'm spent $250.
Yeah.
Do you know what kind of golf course experience you can get for $250?
The Ritz in Orlando.
Unmatched. It's just so different. And a lot of expensive courses, their drinks are much cheaper than what you find at your local bars, nightclubs, and other facilities.
Right. What would you say one of the challenges would be to kind of put on golf events for people who are like, new into golf, still foot in, foot out, and you got your serious golfers who want different type of experience? Like, what would you say one of the challenges, if you care to share, you don't have to, but just have that question out there for you.
It's dual pronged, man. On one of them, everybody wants every experience, right? Everybody wants to be around the most glamorous people, the coolest, the most fun people.
Yeah.
But there's also a balance of that. Those are not necessarily the best golfers all the time. So part of being in the golf community is being able to embrace everybody at every golf level for what they bring to the table. I think I compared a lot of times to being the student and the mentor. And sometimes as the mentor or the teacher, you learn a lot from the student.
Right.
And there have been times, I don't want to compare it to, not that people have said this to me, but there's been people that have been playing the game for a really long time who could learn something from me who's been playing the game for 5 years.
Right.
And obviously there's a lot I can learn from golf, from somebody that's been playing golf for a really long time. But I love what we do in bringing community together because it's a hybrid of different perspectives. And much like a hybrid club, it brings new utility to the game.
Okay. And I know that you spoke about like a lot of things coming for SGA, but you guys have a coaching pro on your staff. So can we look forward to seeing some coaching events come out through SGA? I know you say you weren't going to say it, but I got to ask. I don't know. You don't have to answer. You can say,
well, I'll keep
I plead the fifth.
Yes. SGA, you're here first. Sometimes you don't say things out loud because you just want to. You want to drop it and let people see it, and you don't want to take the buzz from the excitement because we have a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
We are rolling out a series where we're going to be doing a monthly lesson.
Nice.
And that monthly lesson we have our on staff person, but we also will be inviting guest coaches from around the country to come into DC so people can get a taste of the DC golf environment. And they also get to see some of your favorite pros. I love taking the internet and bringing it to real life. So there's a couple golf pros around the country who I've been in touch with that we're going to bring here to DC for them to do some golf lessons in combination of some things that we are building up to at the end of the year. And the other thing that we're working on for our club is not just lessons, but it's really about having guided practice. A lot of times you go to the lesson, and I think everybody should take golf lessons for sure. If you're serious about getting your golf game better. And, if you take lessons, you become a better golfer.
Right.
It makes the course better for all of us.
Right. Less divots, fix your ball marks.
All that stuff, you know what I mean? So, part of it is that we want to do guided lessons because what I found is the camaraderie and being around several people, seeing somebody else working on their chipping game, you want to work on their chipping game.
Right.
And if we spend so much time just hurrying up, especially here in D.C., it's a nice weather week coming up right now. I know we're all going to be scrambling out to get on the course and just get a tee time.
Oh, for sure.
And there's also a utility of hey, let's go rent out the practice hole at East Potomac. Let's get 10 of us together or 5 of us together.
That's dope.
And while we do range night where you have 300, 400, 500 people out there at the golf range swinging at it.
Crazy vibes.
It's also good to shrink and just get 5 of us really getting technical and just working on, hey, let's work on our putts today. Let's work on our chipping today. And those are some of the type of activities that we want to embrace in the game where they're not costly. You still get to get out. Maybe you only have an hour. You come through, you get a guided lesson. Because a lot of us don't know what to do to get better. You go to a lesson, you might get a lesson, and you're like, oh, here's some things that you can work on to make your game better. But then 2-3 swings in, you're pulling out the driver, and you're like, man, I'm tired of this. I suck at it. And then when you see other people, misery loves company, you're around some other people struggling with their chipping, it feels more natural to enjoy the grind with others. And maybe a little cocktail, a little drink, a little shot, you know.
Of course, gotta have those. Gotta have the vibes at all times. So since we're talking about lessons and group lessons and stuff like that, tell me about like your experience. Like I know we talked about it briefly, and you said like you had lessons that were like super overwhelming. Like you're getting into golf, it's like, all right, your club degree, face pass, spin rate is this, and someone who played golf 3 times, like, what the hell are you talking about? So like, what is your ultimate like golf experience of like lessons? Like if you want to share a recommendation, you can. We're here at City Swing, by the way. Shout out to the people. And you know, that's the question I'll leave you with.
Yeah, man. No, shout out to Sorry, black woman-owned company doing great things
Here in DC.
Also, shout out to DeMarcus and shout out to Kendall here at City Swing. I took
Great
my
golf
first lesson. I took my first official golf lesson at City Swing. I took my first what I call my real golf swing at the range at Langston. And as much as I said I want to play golf, I got a funny story for you. I swore off ever touching a golf club for a while before the pandemic hit.
That's crazy.
Because I took my flag football team out to the opening of the new Top Golf over by the casino, by MGM.
Yeah.
We're out there, it's cold, they got the heaters on, I'm swinging, I thin a ball, shock my hand, so in the next swing, I swing the golf club. Bro, as soon as I make contact with the ball, my hand is not ready for it. The club flies out my hand. I'm on the second level at Top Golf. It hits the heater.
Oh my God.
Ricochets off the heater down to the first floor. So I almost took somebody out. So at this point in time, I'm like, yo, this is wild. And they're like, you're going to hit the knob. I'm like, somebody feel free to hit the rest of my balls. I'm going to pay my portion. I'm cool. I'm not swinging a golf club again until my brother Chabunda took me out to the range at Langston. And shout out to him, man, because of all my friends who I kept asking to introduce me to the game, he took me out to Langston, to the range, let me hold some of his clubs. I hit a few balls. I fell in love. And the next day I went on Facebook Marketplace. I ordered some clubs. And I had been dialed in with City Swing, so I had hit up the folks at City Swing, signed up for a lesson, and immediately took my first golf lesson. On the other side of that, I was like, I wanted a more comprehensive offering. I was like, yo, I'm gonna get nice at golf. I'm gonna get good.
Right.
I went over to Golf Tech. They had a year-long plan. It was March Madness, so I signed up for this year-long plan. It was like, I get a lesson a week, 50 lessons, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I spent buku bread. I advise you, don't do it. Nothing against Golf Tech.
Right.
But I
just gotta be ready.
Yeah. It's just too much information. Yeah. It's like learning math, and then you're like in week 1 of learning math, and you're doing calculus.
Yeah.
It's just not.
College algebra first, like take the steps.
Yeah, bro, just learn basic math. You're not even on geometry yet.
Especially the type of trajectory you're trying to be, right? Like if you're trying to be one of the guys on tour, getting the Q school, all that stuff, Golf Tech is play to you. But if you're trying to be a weekend golfer, beat your friends, play a few rounds here and there, maybe you don't even play that many rounds. So you're taking more lessons than rounds, and
more
it's like
lessons than rounds.
It's like, well, what is my goal here? And now you're so confused. When you finally get to a tee box, you got so many things in your head. You just need to calm down and play your game. So, like you said, the approach of kind of getting the community lesson where everyone's struggling together, I think that's great that you guys are going to have that. And also, taking lessons that fit your swing, your style of learning. Like, it's not a one size fits all in terms of golf. Like, you got to find that instructor too that can talk to you and help you understand it.
One more thing, man. Take advantage of, like, City Swing has a special going on right now for a $30 introductory lesson.
Yeah. Take
advantage of these places that have, like, these introductory one-time swing lessons. Go check it out. Don't just check out one. Check out a couple places. Feel your vibe. And go to the place that you feel can nurture you the best and the place that you feel more comfortable. It's the same thing. If you were shopping around for country clubs, you wouldn't just go into the first country club and drop a $20,000 initiation fee. You're going to be like, I need to look around a little bit.
And play around. What is like at dark?
Exactly. So I say do the same thing with your golf lessons. And that's why, like, even when we host our range nights, we try to invite out a bunch of instructors in the city, a bunch of indoor facilities in the city, because everyone has their cup of tea. Some places want something that's more boutique, more small, more niche. Some people want the thing that's more big box. It all depends on what your taste and favor and flair is. So shop around before you commit.
Yeah, find the right porridge for you. Mm-hmm. And then when you get those lessons, you come out and play golf with these guys. They have something called the Grinch. Can you explain us what the Grinch is to the people?
So a lot of people, we post about the Grinch, and they're like, oh my God, we've heard of this before. It's a game called Snake. Look, we don't look to reinvent the wheel. One of the things that we're really about making golf is more fun. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know about you, but if I hear Snake, I'm ready to run.
Especially depending where we're at.
Brother, I'm from Florida. I was just in Arizona.
Yeah.
Bro, in Arizona,
snake places, yeah.
they got the Desert Club
for
hitting off the rocks and for batting away the snakes, the rattlesnake. In Florida, man, forget about it. So one thing I would say so here's how the Grinch works. We have the Grinch. And the way we make it fun is, we're heavy on the vibe, so everybody has a drink in hand. We're buying drinks throughout the round. It adds a little pressure. Everybody can play Grinch because this is a game that happens only on the putting surface. If you get there. Because, I talked about my challenges getting there. But the thing about the Grinch is once you get on the green, no 3 putts. 3 putts will kill you around.
For sure.
You think about it, on a par 4, you're supposed to be on the green in 2 and you 2 putts. So you're taking as many putts in a good round of golf or you're taking shots per hole. So part of it is trying to make people more cognizant of how they putt. And nothing adds pressure to you more than when you're putting, whoever 3 putts get the Grinch. And if you have the Grinch, anytime the cart girl comes around, you have to buy a drink. The thing about that is you never know when the cart girl's coming around. You be on the course with the cart girl's circling around, so you're like, man, I'm trying to get this Grinch off my back. And then you're on another course that never comes. But the other thing about that is it adds responsibility for giving gimmies. The Grinch holder decides who gets the gimmies.
So like
if I have the Grinch and you hit your putt, it's close, I might give it to you. With discernment. Because I'll be like, oh, I don't know about now. And that one, you look like
that lie is a little
So now you know I'm being an honest broker with my gimmies when we're playing with the Grinch. Because if I give you a gimme, I'm like, I sincerely thought he was going to make that. Because that's the difference between me buying $120 round of shots for drinks for the crew or not, right? A little 20, a little tip. So you genuinely know the Grinch. While it is a fun game, the way the mentality we go about it, it adds a little bit of shame, it adds a little bit of pressure, adds a little bit of fun, and that's the SGA way, man. We keep it all to traditional golf. We just add our own little flair to it.
Fun but competitive. Like either way, you might not win every time, but you're gonna have a good time. And that's what it's about, bringing the vibes. So y'all guys, like I said, bringing the vibes worldwide. What are your recommendations to people who, let's say, want to travel for golf and play somewhere? What would you say? You gotta go to Arizona, Vegas, Florida. Where are you sending the people to?
Go wherever you like to go.
Go wherever you like to go?
No, for real. I'll give you a real answer, but that is the real answer. I don't, as somebody that's for the vibes and all these things, I'm not trying to play Pebble Beach. Do I have a crew that I go play those courses with? Yes. Am I at the bottom of the scoring of that crew? Also, yes. So what I'm saying is, like, it makes no sense to go spend $500 to go pay this PGA course when you ain't got a PGA game.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Get them lessons.
But there's a lot of courses, I call them like your Pebble Beach lights, your Augusta lights, where they have the ambiance or whatever, but they're more manageable for your level of golf. So I don't golf and then plan my trip around golf. I continue to live life and the lifestyle that I live and go to places that I love to go. And then I like to golf at those different places. And each one of those places has shown me something new and different about golf. But case in point, Jamaica. I went to Jamaica and I played golf in Jamaica. But I didn't play golf at Half Moon or Montego Bay. I went to my friend's wedding. Shout out to Simone. I went to my friend's wedding in Kingston. And while I'm in Kingston, I didn't even bring my clubs with me because I didn't think golf was possible. But I did bring a polo with me just in case.
Because you gotta have that tire.
So I'm out there and I'm at my homegirl's crib and I'm like, yo, I really want to golf. She's like, really? Because my boy Scotty's, shout out to Scotty Nicholas, took me to his country club. So nice. Scotty, we at the wedding, we getting tossed up, man. We getting thrown. And he's like, hey Eves, tomorrow morning 7 a.m. With the Jamaican accent, he's like, let's go golf. I'm like, hey bro, can you give me a ride? Cause he's like, yeah, I'm on you. So he hooks me up. He comes pick me up early in the morning. We had some communication issues because, again, we got twisted the night before. We had a Jamaican wedding. So what do you know about a Jamaican wedding? They never end. So by the time the wedding ended, we probably had an hour of sleep, and then we was going to golf. So Scotty comes pick me up. We head to the course. We played a course just outside, I believe it was in St. Catherine, just outside of Kingston, called Caymanas. We go to Caymanas Golf Club. I have a caddy. We had caddy, rental clubs, and man, I asked him, the first thing I asked him, I was like, yo, let me ask you, they got beef patties at the turn? And he's like, yeah, they got beef patties at the turn.
Now I got to go to Jamaica. I need a beef patty at the turn.
At the turn, no hot dogs, beef patties. I thought he was joking at first, but I saw it. I was super excited about it. I think that golf experience was probably like $120 max. But I had a caddy. I was in Jamaica. My caddy was on point. I had one of the funnest round of golf that I've had. And then afterwards in the clubhouse, we get into the clubhouse and he's like, man, what do you want to eat? I was like, let me see a menu. He's like, man, we in Jamaica. I'm like, what menu? He's like, what you want? I was like, man, I want some oxtails with curry. He's like, what you want? I was like, low key, I wanted both, man. I didn't seem too greedy. So I got the oxtails. So like, that was one of the funnest rounds of golf that I had. We were in a Caribbean country. It was nothing exquisite. It's going to be on nobody's top 100 or top 1,000 list of golf course to play.
Right.
But that's what I mean when I say live your life and then golf around it, especially at the level of golf we are where you're a vibes level golfer and not necessarily like going pro with it.
Yeah, that was a great explanation because before you said it, I'm like, I would say Orlando because I love going to Florida. That's just like I grew up going to Florida every year. So like, and of course I played in Florida have been great. I also played golf in Vegas. Those are pretty much the only two places I traveled. But in Vegas, you hit the ball, it's gonna go a lot further. Like I can't hit the ball 300 yards, save my life. But in Vegas, I hit the ball 315. Downhill, desert, that ball is slashing through the air. You're gonna feel like a pro. And you come back here to like your home course, and you're like, damn, I trash again. But yeah, so that was a good cover up with that. So in terms of again bringing it back to SGA, like what is the most rewarding thing about you guys helping people get into the introductory part of golf?
Man, part of the reason that I do everything that I do with SGA and dedicate the time that I dedicate to the game is that struggle that I had when I was trying to become a golfer.
Right.
There was nobody there to onboard me. There was no guide on how to golf. I know how to socialize. I know how to network. I know how to do all these other things. I just didn't know how to golf. Yeah. And I didn't know where the inroad was. I tried to find the inroad, and I couldn't find it. So for me, the fact that we've been able to bring thousands of people into the game this year at different levels. We worked with kids this year. We worked with adults, parents, seniors, just people that are curious about the game of golf. One thing I love, man, the first thing that people ask me, that's why I'm against dress codes. First thing people ask me when we do range night at Langston is, what can I wear? What am I allowed to wear? Right. Even though it's a municipal course that's publicly accessible, when people hear golf course, especially people from our community, the first thing they think about is that, polo, country club, I got to have on this country club attire. We're like, chill. It's the muni, and not to degrade any muni because there's different levels and whatnot, but it's the muni, it's a vibe, just wear whatever. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, wear your workout clothes. Wear whatever you want to wear because the whole point is getting people out. It's kind of like when you go to church and it's Kaya, come as you are, right? That's the same way we feel about the game of golf sometimes. Come as you are, talent level, attire, financial capability, networking skill. Come as you are, we're going to onboard you, we're going to embrace you, and we're going to show you love and try to find you a home within the golf community that you're comfortable in. And that's what I've been most proud of is that we are able to bring people into the game. And even some of my friends who didn't want to bring me into the game, they come out to range night. Part of the reason we do range night at night specifically is because it takes away from nobody's active tee times. Right. I am not golfing at night because ain't no place for me to golf at night. Right. So I'm willing to come out and get a little golf itch out. Competition, and get a little competition, get a few swings. And the knowledge is, I remember I told you I'll take advantage of those introductory lesson prices. Because I paid for my lesson. It was a very affordable price for me. That may not be affordable for everybody. Right. But I remember like when you very first get into golf, the very first things you learn, man, is how to hold a golf club. Right. I told you I almost burned down Top Golf. So you're learning those. But you come to an event like range night, and I think the introductory ticket is some $30, $50.
Yeah, you learn some things.
You learn some things.
Sharing clubs.
It's like, hey man, you don't have clubs. Here's a club. Here's how you hold it.
Yeah, try this.
You take a first swing. So when you go take that first introductory lesson, you're making the burden a little lighter. Because as many golf instructors that I've run into, their number one thing is to get you out of lessons.
Right.
And not to say that they don't want to make the money, but they're really invested in you becoming a better golfer.
Right.
So they love when you come in and have some ability so they can really work on you and your game and are not just spending a lot of time basically what I call reading the syllabus or doing the please excuse my dear Aunt Sally of golf of like here's how you hold a grip, here's where your feet
stance,
go type.
Yeah, alignment.
You're always gonna have to work on that stuff, but not how you have to do when you have no idea.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's literally a whole lesson. Just on those three things.
A whole lesson.
Like, really probably the first series of lessons is those three things.
Those three things. So, yeah.
But I feel you. So, closing up, but last question I want to ask. Prime, right now, Scotty or Tiger?
Oh, come on, bro. Unmatched.
I gotta ask.
A silly question.
I gotta ask, bro. Some people got silly answers, so I gotta ask.
I'll preface this by saying Scotty Scheffler and Brooks Koepka are my two co-favorite golfers in the game.
Okay.
Ain't nobody touching that man, Tiger Woods, but a back injury and some personal issues.
Yeah.
Because the golf course
Car
hates to
accident.
see him coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But you know, it's been a pleasure, bro. I will also say one thing, man. Just a parting thought before I leave, man. My dear golfers, get y'all schedules together, dog.
Okay.
I am so tired, bro, of. I know I want to golf 2 weeks from now. I want to golf all the time. We want to golf all the time.
Right.
If the weather breaks, we running out to get a tee time.
For sure.
So when I send out the back call and say, hey, man, who's free to golf a month from now on Saturday? And you ain't got nothing in your calendar. Why you ain't pulling the trigger to book that tee time?
Mm-hmm.
Book the tee time.
Go golfing.
Send the funds.
Let's go
Commit
golfing.
it.
Yeah.
And then if something changes, find somebody else to book that tee time. But at least now we have a foursome, a eightsome. But when people wait to the last, everybody wants to be the last minute golfer.
Right.
So then we end up having all these tee times. Either we have to hold, or we don't really get the opportunity to fellowship because we blocked by the logistics of people not having a calendar.
Not having it shit together.
Yeah.
He can't say it. Get your shit together.
Get it together.
But yeah, appreciate you joining for another episode of Mulligan's Island. We had a great time here at City Swing, Washington, D.C. Offering those intro lessons. You know, check it out. Check us out. Like, subscribe, and follow Social Golf Association. Anything else you want to say to the people?
Man, as we always say, come for the golf, stay for the vibes, baby.
That's right.
Peace out.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
Been real.